Good afternoon and welcome to Black Explained, episode 4. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Black Lives Matter. There have been quite a few people out there who have been very confused by what Black Lives Matter actually means. Just so we clarify this, Black Lives Matter is actually a movement. It's not a statement. Meaning that Black lives matter more than white lives or Pakistani lives or anyone else's ethnicity. It doesn't matter more than that. It is a movement, and it's a movement in which people of all cultures are joining to help reinforce the meaning behind all lives matter. Because if all lives really mattered, we wouldn't have a Black Lives Matter. If all lives really did matter, there wouldn't be police killing black people all around the world, not just America, at an extremely alarming rate. Police seem to feel that our lives are expendable, that we are just, the trash that needs taking out. Just alone since 1990, in Britain, there have been 500 killings, or 500 deaths of black people whilst in police custody. 500 since 1990. And I find that very strange. Very, very, very strange, considering that black people in Britain make up 3%. 3%. It's quite alarming when you think about that. There's supposedly 2,000 deaths. 2,000 deaths in the UK since 1990. Of all cultures, so all cultures, all ethnicities, in police custody, there have been 2,000 deaths. Think about that, 2,000, but 500 of those have been black, and black people only make up 3%. I'm pretty sure that 500 out of 2,000 people, 500 is a lot more than 3%. I'm not great with maths, but I think pretty much shows. So anyway, there's Belgium, France, Germany, Australia, Sydney. The deaths of black people whilst in police custody seems to be alarming in the statistics. Then you talk about healthcare in Britain, housing in Britain, jobs in Britain. Black Lives Matter covers that as well. The fact that we seem to be expendable, the fact that there's been a pandemic, and yet people who happen to be in forward-facing jobs, customer-focused, tend to be black or people from minority backgrounds, and they've been pushed forward. Oh, well, you're on a 0-hour contract, James or Sarah, you may or may not be black, but you know what, hey, go in there and you go in, get this area cleaned up because you're in a customer-focused job, customer-focused role, and if you don't want to do it, you're fired. That's it. That's the only job they've got. But yet they're expendable, which kind of increases the chances of them catching this pandemic, COVID-19, which reflects on the statistics that show that black people in Britain are 4 times likelier to die of COVID-19. So this could be down to overcrowding within housing. Could be the economical situation within jobs, as in they're in customer focused roles, they get sent in first. Oftentimes what's been a light shed upon is the fact that these people, black or white, have been sent into these situations to do these jobs ill prepared. They've not had masks, they've not had the right cleaning utensils or liquids or detergents. They've not had gloves. They've just, there's been no PPE, and they've been put in this situation time and time again, thus they being 4 times more likely to die. So just think about that now when you start talking about, oh, Black Lives Matter. Well, what about all lives? What about all lives? Listen, no one's saying that all lives don't matter. There's never been anything saying that Black Lives matter more. What we are saying is, hey, we have been under attack. We've been under attack for flipping centuries. Centuries. Our lives have not mattered since officially 1444, when the Portuguese decided that they were going to take slaves from Western Africa and take them back to Portugal and auction them off into slavery. That's when they officially admitted that slavery, the transatlantic slave trade began, supposedly. I think it might have been further back than that, but, there were documents that were destroyed, and they admit to documents being destroyed prior to 1444. But you think about that. That's 576 years of oppression, systemic racism, segregation, not just police brutality, but just brutality. It's just enslaved physically, mentally, emotionally, systemically. It just goes on and on and on, It isn't just like when people see us in the street and they clutch the handbag or they lock their doors and, you walk by. Black Lives Matter is basically shedding the light on that, say, hey, treat us equal to everyone else. That's all we want. We want a fair shake of what everyone else is getting a fair shake of. We don't want preferential treatment. I've seen white people saying that, oh yeah, well, just because they're black, that means now they get more special treatment. I'm like, oh, come on, please. What type of thinking is that? The minute black people seem to get some type of momentum going to get not to better our situation, to get treated fairly, any light that shined upon us in a positive way, there are some ignorant, not many, but some ignorant white people who think, oh no, well, all lives matter, or white lives matter, or, well, what about white people? What about white jobs? And what about, they're going to try and take over. This is an equal world. You don't say that about transgender people when they get people trying to help them, or disabled people, or I don't know, Jewish people trying to take over, don't want to take over. Black people do not want to take over. Black people just want to be left alone to do things with the same equality as everyone else. Black lives matter, just like your lives matter. Leave it at that. Google it.